Going to show you this beautiful light Jade fully modernized classic truck that looks vintage but is built on a 2025 chassis. It is in stock right now, available and for sale. We call this one the Mark Wahlberg Special. Mark has one in light jade with chrome trim and snow white leather interior. In fact, if you go on his Instagram right now, Mark, thanks for giving us a shout out here. This is in stock, available for immediate delivery. I'm going to walk you through the entire truck on the outside and the inside and show you what makes these trucks just so incredibly fun and just amazing to own. And I'll start with this. This is not an old car. It's not a restoration. And when people see these, they definitely think it is. But it's not a restoration. That's actually the best part, because do you really want a restoration? Are you a mechanic? Are you a collector? Are you a purist? Or do you just love beautiful design, but you're spoiled by modern day technology and reliability and engineering and luxury, and you want something that looks cool, but you don't want to deal with the old car problems? And if that's you, I can tell you, I know exactly how you feel, because that's exactly how I felt. By the way, this is Cho, founder, CEO of Vintage, and I started this company purely out of passion because I bought an old 1970 Ford Bronco. It was supposedly restored by a shop out in California, and when I got that thing home, it had so many problems. That thing broke down, it leaked everywhere, the steering was really loose and scary, the brakes barely worked, had to push down really hard, and my wife hated the car because it made her hair and her clothes smell like gas. But I loved the way it looked. And so I was put in a position of, what do I do? Because does that mean I'm not able to have a classic car? And but I loved the way it looked. And at that point in time, I'd had Ferrari, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, McLaren, AMG, G-Wagons, Range Rovers, so I knew what good looked like, and I had also been spoiled by luxury and modern technology and reliability. And so I said to myself, after breaking down over and over in that old Bronco, why can't the car just look classic, but drive like my G-Wagon, have luxury like my G-Wagon, not have to give up any of the modern creature comforts or safety features or technology that I'm used to. And when I drive it, I want to be able to drive it without worrying. I want to drive it with my kids in the back. I want to be able to take my wife on a date night and not have her complain about the smell and the harsh ride and the loose steering and the oil leaks and all that. And so I basically decided that what I wanted was a classic looking vehicle. I didn't want any problems whatsoever. And I definitely, with my kids being 8 and 10 years old at the time, not have to give up safety features, because that's a big deal if you're a parent. And if you're watching this and you've felt the same way, and you too have always eyed the classics, I mean, I've had everything. I've had old Land Rover Defenders. I've had old Toyota FJ40 Land Cruisers. I've had the old European two-door G-Wagons, H1 Hummer, old Broncos, and I've even had old Mustangs too, and they're all the same. All the same in that they all looked cool, but they all had problems, and it was just annoying because you probably don't get in your car and wonder if it's going to start. You probably don't drive somewhere and wonder if you're going to make it. And my guess is, if you go in your garage and you look underneath, you probably don't have oil leaks and gas leaks, and it smells like gas all over the place. These are things that typical classic car ownership, very, very common. And because I'm not a purist, because I'm not a mechanic, but I am a problem solver and an entrepreneur, I basically decided to just dabble for fun, to start by fixing my old Bronco and making it better. And in doing so, fell into restoration as a hobby side hustle business just for fun. And then as the business just took off and really started blowing up, it was pretty clear that the people out there, maybe it's you, wanted the same thing. And that was when we evolved. You can see here, this is our factory in Atlanta, Georgia, one of our facilities, where we build these beautiful, beautiful trucks. And underneath this light Jade truck that's in stock for sale, available right now, is a modern 2025 chassis. Big, big deal. And the reason why is because if you tried to take an old car, which is what that orange one is, 1969 Ford Bronco, and you try to modernize it, you're gonna have limitations. And I'm gonna walk you through what the difference is and why the approach that we took, which is the opposite of every other restoration and rest-a-mod company out there, could be a fit for you. So with restoration and rest-a-mod, as the market shifted to wanting more modern reliability, more technology, more creature comforts, the market shifted. People wanted something that the purists and the classic car collectors never really cared about or didn't have the option to. And so rest-a-mod became all the craze. But the issue with the old rest-a-mods is that you don't have a long wheelbase. So let's just start here. This light Jade modern classic truck that we handcrafted here in Atlanta has a 100.4 inch wheelbase, which means when you drive this, you're not going to wonder or worry or stress about the way it handles, because like all the modern cars today, longer wheelbase, track straight, you have a wider track width down here. You have modern geometry, modern suspension, like the independent front suspension here, which you have in all the cars in your garage. And so it drives like a normal modern vehicle. I always thought that with the old cars and even the rest-a-mods, that when you drive them, you have to think differently. You can't go that fast. It's gonna ride way more harsh than whatever it is that's in your garage. And if you like off-roading and you're a hardcore off-roader, my guess is you're not, then maybe that's for you. But if you're used to luxury and you're used to reliability and you're used to a normal driving car, you're gonna want a longer wheelbase vehicle with a wider track width with independent front suspension. And that right there, just alone, is gonna give you a much, much better driving experience than driving one of these, which is what we used to build. And so it went from fixing my old Bronco to restoration, to rest-a-mod, better than restoration, this is also rest-a-mod, to then getting customer feedback from our clients who are spending $250,000 plus, and they said, hey, can you make it drive like a modern car, like a Range Rover G-Wagon? Can you give it modern safety features? And I don't want it to have any compromises or issues. And so underneath that light Jade truck right here is this modern car chassis right there. And the difference between this and the restoration rest-a-mod, night and day. And so that's the geometry part, right? And so what we did was we took that modern car chassis, and instead of trying to make that old car more modern, we took that modern chassis and then we built a classic-inspired luxury vehicle on top of it. Meaning that all of these body panels that you see here, they're brand new. It's not a restoration. These aren't old body panels. They're actually brand new. And they're made in the US, stamped in Detroit. There's no rust. The quality on it is OEM factory. The lines and the gaps completely flush, completely symmetrical, all the body lines, all the gaps measured down to the millimeter. Now, where did you get the body panels from? Can I buy them? Well, we wouldn't sell them to you at a price that you'd like. So you can buy it in the whole vehicle right here. But here's what we did. We knew that old cars had flaws. The width of the vehicle was too narrow. The length of the vehicle was too short. And so when we went and explored how do we take all this customer feedback and give them what they really want, a modern driving vehicle, modern reliability, luxury, and safety features, it was pretty clear. Let's take that modern car chassis and then engineer and design classic inspired panels. Brand new, using steel. And we didn't use steel or materials that were cheap like plastic or fiberglass. We went and got American-made steel. And we didn't go overseas to Taiwan or China. We did it in Detroit. Way more expensive. It could have been way cheaper to do it the other way. And we didn't just make it back to the way it was, because the way it was in the 60s was flawed. And if you look at cars today, 911, That's a great example. Porsche 911 been around for a long time. If you go and look at the Porsches from the 60s and then the 70s and then the 80s and the 90s and up to today, they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's a reason for that. And the reason was that as the vehicles on the road got bigger and the speed limit got faster, it was pretty clear that bigger was safer. Bigger was safer, and therefore, when we went to make these body panels, we designed them to be wider and longer. So you get that longer wheelbase, 100.4 inches, you get that wider track width, and underneath all of that sheet metal are the safety features. So I'm gonna walk over and show you what's underneath this beautiful light Jade truck so you can understand what it is you're buying. And it is in stock right now. This is in our factory in Atlanta, Georgia. We ship worldwide every single day. So we can ship this anywhere via enclosed trailers. So if you love this truck, this concept sounds like it's for you, you always wanted a classic car, you don't want the classic car headaches, and you want something now, and you don't want to wait, maybe it's a Christmas present. You got 19 days till Christmas here. And this is in stock, available now, ready to ship. So let's dive a little bit deeper and I'll show you. Look at this one here, Crimson Tide Metallic. All right, before I get sidetracked, let me show you what's underneath all of that sheet metal. And you don't have to be technical to understand this. I'm gonna explain it to you in layman's terms so you can understand why this is so important. And we were after perfection. We took the customer feedback, we built all these beautiful Restomods, like that blue one right there. And the customer said, make it drive better and give me modern technology and give me modern safety features. Because I have kids, a wife, my wife wants to drive it, and I want to actually be able to take it on the road. You know, I have a lake house, it's an hour and a half away, or I got a beach house and it's 2 hours away. And so this right here is the core foundation of your investment. A 2025 modern chassis, engineered, designed to today's standards. And therefore, you get crumple zones in the perimeter of the vehicle, which you want. You get in an accident, you want the vehicle to crumple around you to absorb that weight transfer so you don't take it. That's not a good thing, right? Old cars, old classic cars, no crumple zones. So 2025 safety features includes crumple zones. You want that. The car you drive today, I'm sure of it, unless it's an old car, you daily drive an old car, which almost no one does, you have those crumple zones. So that's engineered into the frame. In the doors, you have side impact beams. This way, if you get hit from the side, it's not just this flimsy metal and the vehicle coming right at you, right? Then you have electronics, which you need, like anti-lock brakes and traction control. If you drive a car without anti-lock brakes and traction control, try it. Turn your traction control off. Turn off your, computer-assisted safety features, and go slam on the brakes and see what happens. You're probably not going to like that. Old cars, Restoration Restomod, doesn't have anti-lock brakes or traction control. So you've got that to keep you out of trouble. The other things that keep you out of trouble would be stability control, roll sensor. You want to roll in a car? Probably not, right? And so you have these electronics that keep you out of trouble that your normal car has. And then things like this roll bar, right? So that light Jade truck has a Wimbledon white roll bar. I'll show it to you when we get inside, and it's tied into the frame of the vehicle. Things that matter when things go wrong. And you know what it's like to drive on the road today. People aren't paying attention. You got people texting and driving. I was driving to work the other day, girls putting on her makeup, eating a whole bowl of cereal at the same time and texting. You know, it's just a different world out there. So the safety features, they matter. The number one thing you're gonna want are gonna be the airbags. No classic car or Restomod restoration has airbags because you cannot retrofit airbags into an old car. And when we learned that, we thought, you know what, that's a compromise. We don't like that. If we don't like that, how are our customers, and it's a $250,000 car, by the way, you're gonna tell your customers, hey, you can afford anything you want, and we're gonna build you a car, and it doesn't have safety features. So that always, deep down, was on our list of things that we had to figure out. And so with this, the 6 airbags, 1 in the steering wheel, 1 in the front passenger side, 2 curtain airbags, 1 on each side that goes all the way from your A-pillar all the way to the rear, giving you rear passenger protection. So now think about it for a minute. You have friends, family, kids, grandkids sitting in the back, you're going to want those airbags. You're going to want crumple zones. You're going to want a functional roll bar tied to the chassis and all the electronics to keep you out of trouble. And by the way, if you don't have traction control and anti-lock brakes when it's raining outside and it's wet, and you're going fast, forget about it. You're not even going to drive the car. Those, to me, compromises. And at a $250,000 price point, I don't want our customers to have to compromise. So we went from restoration, we went to Restomod, and then we went to a fully modernized classic. And we say fully, it's a fully certified vehicle. And one more safety feature up here that you can't see is pre-collision assist with the emergency braking. Again, all things you don't think about, but you're gonna want if anything goes wrong. So this is the foundation of the vehicle. And this is not like, you know, just something that we take lightly. This is a vehicle. You're gonna drive it on the freeway with your family. And so at the end of the day, if you really think about what you're buying and what you're risking and what you're spending for $250,000 as a base price, it better have everything that you would get in a normal $250,000 car. So now I'm going to walk you through what it's like on top. So that chassis, that foundation, that platform, modern 2025, then we take this classic inspired design. It is a beautiful brand new steel body, and the amount of craftsmanship and detail that it took to build this vehicle, every bit of it was really well thought through. We use the highest quality materials, and all built by hand. This is not automation or robotics. It is a team of artists and engineers who are passion driven, and they know what good looks like. You can't build a vehicle of this caliber and not have very talented and passionate people who love what they do. This right here is a labor of love. And I know the price point really well because I've had over 50 cars in that price point from all the big brands. And so for me and our team, when we were designing the vehicle, we knew what it should look like. And so again, while we're sitting here with the finished vehicle, you've got your airbag. So here's airbag number 1. It is dual stage. It is the driver's side steering wheel mounted airbag. You want that. Trust me, you get in an accident, you're gonna want that. That seat mounted side impact airbag is mounted inside of here. And underneath here, you can't see it, but to properly upholster over airbags, you need a certificate and you have to have proper technique. Meaning that if that airbag has to deploy to come out here, there has to be a special stitch, special process for that airbag to blow. You want that there for side impact. And speaking of side impact, in these doors are side impact beams. Not something old cars or restorations or Restomods have, no matter how much they try to modernize it. And so you've got airbag 1 here, airbag 2 here. I'm gonna hop in here, let's see, it is white. So I'm gonna put a bag down. And this is just how we do things, right? We wear gloves, our whole team wears gloves. We don't even look at it wrong because it's white. And that's just how we treat it. Airbag number 3 is gonna be right here. Dual stage, front passenger side airbag. And you know, you get an accident, your passenger, you're gonna want this airbag right here. This is your little airbag warning to let you know that this has airbags. And then airbag number 4 is gonna be this curtain airbag that I showed you on the chassis that runs all the way from your A pillar, all the way down through here, giving your rear passengers protection. Same thing here, side impact beams. And then right here on this passenger seat is your side impact seat mounted passenger airbag. That's 6 total airbags. These are important, right? You love cars, but you're probably not gonna wanna die for it. That's just the truth. And I'm a die-hard car person. I've had almost 60 cars since I was 21, but I don't love it that much, right? And I've got a family, I've got kids, I have a wife, and my wife wants to drive the car, my kids want to drive the car. I let my kids drive the car, I don't care. And so I want to know, and I want to have peace of mind, I'm going to send them down the street that they don't have this old geometry, they don't have a harsh ride, that's more of a luxury, They have a longer wheelbase, and the long wheelbase gives you a much more modern handling and driving and riding experience. But the other thing that it does is that they don't make short wheelbase cars anymore for a reason. If you look at the old Suzuki Samurai or the old Jeeps, you'll see they used to be really short. Well, after tipping over due to a high center of gravity, short wheelbase, narrow track width, the automotive guys said, hey, you know what? We need to make it wider and longer. Hence, bigger cars, wider, longer. And so not only does it not handle like a modern car when it has a short wheelbase, only 92 inches on the old vehicles and Restomods, it also is more prone to tipping too. So again, a safety thing. Physics, right? Geometry, not my opinion. So now you have the airbags, you have that peace of mind. You've got your traction control, your anti-lock brakes, and while we're down here, you have these 17-inch forged aluminum wheels. These are custom made, manufactured for us, and very, very lightweight, very expensive. They weigh 20 pounds, 17-inch, and I love the body matching light Jade brake calipers right here that you can kind of see right through there. And we wrap it in a 33-inch BF Goodrich KO2 285/7017 all-terrain, and you can see here you've got upgraded Fox coilover suspension. This little dial right here allows you to adjust it if you want to. We've already tuned this suspension for this exact setup, and remember, this is heavy. Brand new American-made steel. It is heavy, and when you open and shut this door, you can hear it. It's like a G-Wagon. When you open and shut the door of your G-Wagon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It sounds good, it feels sturdy. And I bring that up because the weight of this vehicle is different than anything else, because these are custom, proprietary, classic-inspired panels that we made. And therefore, during our R&D process, and when we built our prototype, we went to Fox World Headquarters and worked with the Fox engineers to custom tune the suspension to fit this exact application. Different weight, only one in the world, to our specific vehicle and weight distribution. It is tuned for on-road, pavement driving, freeway driving. If you want to off-road it, you can absolutely off-road it. I just got back from Colorado, Rocky Mountains, and off-roaded our Wimbledon white truck in the snow up to 11,000 feet in the snow in four-wheel drive. It performed really, really well. A little bit more about the materials that we use. This right here on a Lamborghini G-Wagon Range Rover is plastic. But what we do is we use real billet aluminum. Is put on a CNC machine, and you can just see it's like a sculpture, a piece of art, and then we send it to Detroit to be chromed. We're in Atlanta, right? There are chromers in the state of Georgia, but we look for the very, very best people, process, and parts. And as far as the parts go, all the parts we do are super high-end. This is not plastic. This is billet aluminum as well with a brushed finish, and you can touch and feel all of that quality. Very expensive to do, very labor intensive and time consuming, but our whole goal was to give you all of the luxury, all the technology, all the modern characteristics, but give you a wrapper that gives you that vintage inspired design, and you don't have to think twice or worry. Your wife can drive it, your 16-year-old daughter can drive it, you can drive it every day. If it's raining, no problem. Traction control, anti-lock brakes, safety features, 75 miles per hour on the freeway with the top on. And yes, the top is waterproof. This is our own custom top. So this is what it looks like when it's all the way on. And this light Jade truck, for sale, text or call us, ready to ship, has a Wimbledon white soft top. Right now, it is in safari mode, which means the rear windows are unzipped, but you can go from safari mode to zipped in 5 minutes or less. And this has been water tested, even though it's soft top. You can drive it in the rain. I drove it in the snow in Colorado and Aspen, no problem. It was like 10, 15 degrees at the top of the mountain, no issue whatsoever. And which means that if you want to use it for more than just summer vehicle, you absolutely can. Again, compromises at the old restorations, restaurants, you're not driving that thing in the winter, right? You don't have any of the normal stuff that you have in your G-Wagon Range Rover. Very difficult and risky to do. With this, you don't have to think twice. You can drive it every day, all the time as your daily driver if you want to. Most of our clients at this price point, they have lots of cars, but this is their favorite car. They tell us all the time. So go read the reviews, vintage, modern. Go look them up on Google and really read the details, and you'll see the consistency in the stories that our clients say. They'll tell you that the craftsmanship above their expectations. They'll tell you that the details and the materials used every bit on par of anything else they own. And we have customers that own vehicles that cost $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $5 million, Bugatti, Koenigsegg's, and they know what good looks like, and they have shared with us their absolute positive reviews about the vehicle that we built. And none of that was an accident for us. We wanted our customers to be blown away by the amount of thought and heart and passion and detail that went into it. So this is a snow white interior. If you can keep it clean, which somehow Mark Wahlberg does, he has 4 kids, I don't know how he does it, then you can drive this or make him walk. It builds character, and it has just beautiful amount of stitching, and the level of stitching, the details. I'll pull up the plastic here so you can see. And this truck was finished last week and went through final inspection, and we built it to sell. And you have keyless entry, you have remote start and alarm. This one here is an automatic, 10-speed automatic. Down here you've got your technology, USB A and C, dual zone climate control, heated steering wheel, heated seats, and up here you have your 12-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And you can shift to 4-wheel drive on the fly. You don't have to get out. And I always feel like if it's super cold or raining outside, or when you need 4-wheel drive, you probably don't want to have to get out and lock the manual locking hubs, if you even know how to do that. Here, you simply shift, hit the button, it'll shift, you're good to go. So in Colorado, last week I hit the button, I was in 2-wheel high, moved to 4-wheel drive, and then you have different modes: sand, slippery, icy, snow mode, mud, and it works really, really well. So if you want to off-road it, you can. Most G-Wagon Range Rover owners that I know, they don't, but you know, I always like to push the vehicle to its limits and test it. And so let's see here. This is a soft top operation. So I'm going to go ahead and open this right here, one clip, and I'm going to show you over here. Simply pull down on that. And I've got one hand on the phone, and I can easily lift this top up with one hand. And look at this moonroof. It is designed and engineered to be able to ride open just like this on the freeway, 75 miles per hour, no problem. And I love the moonroof because it really gives you a lot of flexibility. And that's what it looks like when it's in Safari mode closed. And then I'm gonna get out here and show you too what it looks like with it open. So there's your Wimbledon white soft top in Safari mode, moonroof open. And so I'm gonna get in the driver's seat here just to give you a little POV. So I decide, as I pull up to a red light, that I want to put the top back on. Well, usually I can tell you soft tops, pain in the ass. I've had a bunch of them. And so we didn't want that to happen. And so you simply with one hand can reach up here and add a red light within seconds. Clamp that, reach over here, clamp that, and it is waterproof. And we test each one of these, that header seal, with water to ensure that if it's pouring down rain, torrential downpour, and you're inside the vehicle and you roll those windows up, don't mind the plastic here, you can easily drive this on the freeway in the rain and not have a problem. No water is going to come in. We test each one of them. You got your 4-wheel drive if you need it, probably not even necessary. And then you have your hands-free calling, cruise control, play with your Apple CarPlay, and has a really good noise canceling Bluetooth hands-free set. And then I'll fire it up for you here too. So it's gonna be hard to hear. This one here has a Roush performance package, And Roush, as you know, great tuner, based out of Detroit, really great partner of ours. And they did our intake, exhaust, and tune. And down here, you can see it's got the Roush Performance Package. And in that Roush Performance Package, you get 330 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque. There's your Roush 2025 Ford 2.3 motor under full warranty by us, white glove warranty, bumper to bumper. So let's talk about what that means. By the way, up here, 7-inch round headlights are LED. All the lighting is LED. And again, you get a nice rumble, but it's not overbearing. You can drive it, and it's not gonna give you a big headache, but it definitely has a nice sound to it. And it's hard to hear over probably the microphone over a live broadcast. But all right, so let's see here. All right, so now you have, I fired it up. This one also has the premium Focal audio sound system. Focal is a French company, really high end, sounds really clean. And then back here, you have a hidden JL 10-inch subwoofer. So this truck, nice day, top down or safari mode, music on, really fun. And this is our really beautiful matching cover, which means the cover for this vehicle matches all the stripes, all the trim, and that's how we do it. And you've probably seen this before, but this right here is our vintage window crank, but it powers your power windows, which is really nice. And it has every single option, including power steps. And I want to show you back here, backup camera, parking sensors. That bumper, also 100% brand new American-made steel. And over here on this side, again, your power steps. All right, so we talked about the modern chassis underneath, and you understand why. Crumple zones, side impact beams, traction control, anti-lock brakes, 6 airbags. But I want to point this out right here. This right here is our FMVSS compliance, Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. You will never find this in a restoration or rest-mod, because no restoration or rest-mod can meet today's Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, FMVSS. And the way you get this, number one, it really needs to be built on a modern 2025 chassis, right? If you build it on an old restoration, old chassis, or an aftermarket one, it will never pass FMVSS certification. So again, big consideration when we chose a modern platform. And then when we did all 900 hours of handcrafted labor to transform that modern chassis underneath into a classic inspired luxury vehicle, including brand new body, we went and crash tested the vehicle too, and tested the airbags. That's how far we went. So not only did we go and invest in all the tooling for the body, and we own the molds, therefore we own our own supply chain. So if you ever got in a big accident, you need new panels, we make them, we have them, we own them. But in addition to that, the peace of mind of knowing that not only do you have the safety features, the 6 airbags and all the modern safety features I described, but we went through FMVSS compliance just to make sure that those airbags work and will blow, because we did a serious amount of work to take that modern car chassis and build a vintage inspired vehicle on top of it. We really did think of everything, but we'll never stop making it better. So if you're looking for something now and you want to be driving it immediately, text or call us. It is for sale. It is in stock. This is our factory here in Atlanta. It is 7:22 p.m. Eastern time, and you can reach out to us. No time's too late. We work weekends as well. We call it work, but it's really a labor of love. So we're always on. And you can reach out to Rachel or any one of our team members, and they'll walk you through the process. If you, instead of this color, light jade, want a different color, you have a couple options. We have a hot ginger metallic for sale, also in stock and ready to ship. Over there, I'll just show you so you can see it. We have 2 other colors, and then you have a custom build option as well. So depending on what it is you want and how soon you want it, reach out to our team. You can text them or call them at the number, should be in the title or in the caption. If you want to DM us, go on Instagram, and we can walk you through that. And I will end this by showing you what else we have available. So this right here, look at our team working hard on Friday night. Look at these guys, commitment. All right, this right here, Arcadian blue. Haven't listed it anywhere yet. It's our demo truck, but look at the inside of this. Oh, white, rock, leather, every single option. Beautiful metallic custom paint job. One of one edition with a navy blue top. This is what it looks like when it's open. We have this bad Santa build, custom cardinal red North Pole. Built it for St. Nick, but he's too busy. And so we're gonna put up for sale. It's our demo truck, one of one as well. And look at the interior on this. Red stitching. Every single option. Look at that, looks just like my Ferrari 458 Italia interior. But we have customers that have those cars and tell us it's better than. That's just what they say. So this is for sale. And then this one right here, boxwood green, snow white interior, also in stock. This one's going to Houston to our Post Oak Motor Cars. Our partner there, they're a Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Bugatti, Lotus dealer. And it has a snow white interior, also has every single option. So depending on your vibe and what you like, you got this super classic looking boxwood green paint with vintage stripes. This one's lifted with 35s too. So if you're feeling like you want something a little more country, then you got this set up. This right here is kind of more of a stealth, blacked out, black trim, black interior, and red matching stitching. This right here, super classic, white interior, but it's not snow white, it's white rock, which is slightly off-white. And our customers, they love the car so much, some of them, they sleep in it. That's what the pillows are for. All right. And then this one right here, I think is Tammy and Tommy. I might be saying it wrong, I'm doing it from memory. This one is sitting here because we finished it early and it's ready to ship, which almost never happens. So if you want a custom build and you want to pick everything, feel confident that when you reach out to our team and we give you a quote and we tell you when it'll be ready, it will be ready at that time. And then these are just some of the builds we have in the queue. And when you build a fully modernized vehicle, I can tell you that the demand and the reception that we've had for this product far exceeds restoration. Small market. Restomod, bigger market than restoration. Fully modernized vehicle, well, at that point, you can buy a G-Wagon, Range Rover, Urus, Bentayga, Cullinan, or you can have something nobody else has. Because I can tell you, even Mark Wahlberg, who has a light jade, snow white, chrome trim truck by us, he's got a lot of cars, nice cars. This is definitely the one that will turn the most heads, get the most smiles, get the most thumbs up, get the most people asking, wow, that is beautiful. Where'd you get that from? And it's just a different type of experience that you don't get driving a Range Rover or a G-Wagon. I mean, look at this one, Mallard Green, absolutely stunning. And so text or call us, or you can go to our website, vintagemodern.co, vintagemodern.co. And if you go to our website, look for the configurator tab. And on that configurator tab, you can access our configurator, which will allow you to play with all the different colors, 30 of them, including paint to sample, like this Crimson Tide Metallic for super fans of Alabama. This is a custom color, 30 paint colors, 12 interior leather colors. Within the leather on the inside, you have options of diamond stitching, pleated, woven like that Arcadian blue. Many options, including custom stitching. Lots and lots of upgrades and options from suspension to stereo, power steps, and wheels. A lot of different things. And if you want to tailor it to your own and do a one-of-one build, we can do something so special to match your style. And if it's a one-of-one, we'll never do it again. And what we can tell you too is that we stand behind the work. So after this vehicle ships to its forever home, if anything pops up afterwards, doesn't matter what it is, it's our own bumper-to-bumper white glove warranty. And I'm wearing a black glove today, but it's a white glove warranty. What does a bumper-to-bumper white glove warranty mean? Well, I can tell you, Having Ferrari, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, McLaren, Bentley, we did something that none of those manufacturers do. If anything pops up after delivery and we can't handle it remotely, we have our own certified traveling technicians who will come to your home, in your driveway, fast. And the cost for that is zero. We include it. And that is a signal of two things. Number one, that's how confident we are in our build quality. Because everything we build is on an assembly line with standard operating procedures, torque spec for every nut and bolt, quality checks, quality engineers, and just an obsession for the details. So when we ship this thing, we're extremely confident that it's gonna be quality. Having said that, it's a vehicle, right? And if anything pops up, it is our obligation, and we feel like we should deliver no less than fast service, convenient, and free. And a typical Ferrari experience is that you have to call them and you have to get on the schedule, which will probably take a few weeks. You have to bring the car to them, and they may cover everything or they may not. And that's just not our philosophy. We feel like you're spending $250,000 on this fully modernized classic because you don't want problems. And by the way, we don't either. And therefore, built on a modern car chassis, lots and lots of quality checks to ensure it's perfect. And if anything pops up, we're there. It's fast, it's convenient at your home. You don't have to go anywhere, and it's going to cost you nothing. We'll never bill you for warranty. We've never billed for warranty ever. And by the way, we did that back when we built Restomods, which people think is crazy. But that's just because I didn't start the company to make money. That was not my priority. I started the company out of passion. After having so many nice cars and having old cars like Defenders and Land Cruisers and old Broncos and experiencing that pain, I knew there was a better way. And I can tell you that this fully modernized classic, we have hand built here in Atlanta, over 250 units. We have it dialed in, and the customers who've received this vehicle, they're over the moon happy about it. And that makes me so happy because I believe that if you deliver a great product, great service, great craftsmanship, and you stand behind it, then good things will happen. So, all right, so if you're looking for something special, maybe it's a Christmas gift. We can help you make it a surprise. We'll even put a big bow on it for you if you want. And you want this truck, light Jade, in stock, ready to ship, text or call us. If you want one of the other colors, Arcadian blue, cardinal red, boxwood green, hot ginger metallic, then those are also in stock. And if you want to do a custom build and you don't need it right away, then this is my recommendation. Call or text us. Get a build slot on the build schedule before we sell out of all of 2026. And then on Christmas Day, you and your family can unwrap your presents, and one of your presents is going to be a custom build by Vintage Modern. And they, with you, can choose all the colors, all the options, and tailor that vehicle specifically to what it is you guys want. And when we say it'll deliver summer, spring, maybe it's for the Hamptons, maybe it's for your vacation house, lake house, we guarantee that delivery. But you're gonna have to move fast because every single day we get busier and busier. All right, so it is Friday night, 7:30 p.m. I'm gonna go to my daughter's game. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thank you for all your support. And I gotta give a shout out to our amazing team. Every single day they come in here, they get better and better, quality, on-time delivery, and we're building an amazing, amazing team. And I just have to give them a shout out because I couldn't be more proud. All of it built with passion. So we look forward to hearing from you. You can shoot us a text or give us a call. We're always on. And somebody buy this light Jade